Hello and welcome to Marshmallow Mondays with,
On Thursday. Oh, man, whatever day it is for them.
oh my goodness. Okay. Hello and welcome to In the Library with
Marsha,
and Adrian.
yay, who's looking very
Marsha.
fancy today? You look so fancy today. Our listeners can't see you, but you look so good.
I'm wearing a suit because I'm wearing a suit.
I know. You look very professional and grown up. Hey,
Very professional, very
I,
grown up.
I did think of something we didn't talk about last week. Did you get any new games for Christmas? We got a bunch and played a bunch of new games, and I thought of you. Did you get any new
But,
games?
oh,
Come on. Or for the kids? You play games with the kids and stuff too. Did you get any games for the kids?
nope.
All right.
They got a bunch of toys and books, but no games.
Okay. All right. Well, the end. I thought for sure you had this big gamer conversation. We played this one. You would love this one. It's called Hitsters and it's music. And so you're going for the year that the song came out. So it's an app and you like scan your phone, you hit it with your phone and it starts to play the song and you try to guess the year within a range. And then you get bonus points for title and artist. And I thought you'd be really good at Hitsters because you know a lot of songs. What are your plans for today? What do you have planned for us? That you were diligently working on something. I'm a little nervous.
What I thought we could try today is I'm going to sort you into your Harry Potter house.
Oh, okay. That's fun. That's kind of what I did with Mandy and the Grinch, which Grinch character she is. Oh, speaking of our previous podcast, nice count on the front thumbnail, by the way. And then also, did you go through and listen to the ums or did you use the closed caption transcript? Wasn't that cool? Did I send you that too? Could you see the transcript?
I did look at the transcript, but
Yeah,
I just counted
we've
the ums as I
recently
trimmed
we've
them.
recently started the closed caption transcript on this. Well, recently as in one, but okay, let's hear about Harry Potter. Let's hear. Let's see what I am.
River or forest?
River.
Once every century, the flutterby bush produces flowers that adapt their scent to attract the unwary. If it lured you, would it smell of the sea, home, the crackling of a log fire, a or fresh parchment?
Home.
Home it is. Which road tempts you the most? The twisting, leaf-strewn path through the woods, the wide, sunny, grassy lane, the narrow, dark, lantern-lit alley, or the cobbled street lined with ancient buildings.
The first one, the twisty path through the woods, leaves
Twisty
line path.
path
Mhm.
through the woods.
Lots of shade.
After you have died, what would you most like people to do when they hear your name?
Smile.
Ask for ask for stories about your adventures,
Mhm.
miss you but smile, think with admiration of your achievements, or I don't care what they think of me after I'm dead, it's what they think of me while I'm alive that counts.
Miss me, but smile. You don't even have to miss me too much.
Fair enough. I
Okay,
never miss you anyway.
perfect. We're already ready for my demise.
A troll has gone berserk in the headmaster's study at Hogwarts. It is about to smash, crush, and tear several irreplaceable items and treasures. In which order would you rescue these objects from the troll's club?
Okay.
I don't know why it doesn't tell you all of them up front, but would you save the nearly perfected cure for the dragonpox first, second, or third?
Do I not know? I don't know what second or third is yet.
Apparently.
How about second, just to be safe? I don't know.
Student records going back 1,000 years.
Hmm. I guess third. I guess I'm gonna have to be surprised what I'm picking first.
A mysterious handwritten book full of strange runes.
Okay, sure. That's fine. Give me first.
Do you wish to change the order of the items?
Um, nah.
Which of the following would you most like to study? Mer people,
Hmm.
centaurs, werewolves, vampires, goblins, trolls, or ghosts?
There's a lot of them. Well, my answer is definitely werewolves, but I also wonder why do mer people come up in every other podcast? We have a merman
You
reference.
said werewolves, right?
I said werewolves. That's
Okay.
mine.
What's wrong with you?
My affinity is werewolves.
If you were attending Hogwarts, which pet would you take?
Huh.
A cat, a toad, or an owl?
Oh, an owl. How else am I
Okay.
going to correspond with everyone?
Would it be a barn owl, a tawny owl, a snowy owl, a screech owl, a, or a brown owl?
Hmm. Snowy owl.
Snowy.
So many owl options. Owl options. Options.
Choose left or right.
Oh, okay. Right now, left or right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Are you ready to see what you got?
I can't wait. This is all over the place. I don't know that it's going to be a true account, but we'll see. What am I?
It says you're a Hufflepuff.
Oh, okay.
Have you done this in the past?
I have done in the past a couple of times. Once I've been Gryffindor and once I've been Hufflepuff. So maybe I'm a Hufflepuff. I don't know.
Oh, it's starting to lean towards Hufflepuff for you, huh?
All right, let's hear it.
Hufflepuff. You probably know that some of Hufflepuff's most renowned members include Nymphadora Tonks and Cedric Diggory. But did you know that Hufflepuff's house ghost, the Fat Friar, still resents the fact he was never made a cardinal? Or
Ooh,
that Hufflepuff has produced the fewest dark wizards of any house at Hogwarts?
no. All right. Well, yay. That's exciting. Yay, Hufflepuff. Woo! Yeah,
There you go.
I've been Gryffindor and I usually err towards Gryffindor, obviously, but I'll take Hufflepuff. That's good too. I was going to ask you, Adrian. I don't have a fun quiz set up for you, but I meant to ask you this before we started recording, so you can edit this however you want. I'm at the mercy of your editing with this podcast, but I wonder if you were willing to share either your last Friday story that was so awesome. I love it so much. And your fun fact, or can you also share the story for the newsletter? Can those be on the podcast?
Mm, the newsletter one is kind of lengthy.
I know. Put that in the future, but can you tell the story? You can either tell it or read it. I don't even care from last Friday. It's so good. Can you share that story with the world?
My dog chasing story.
Yes. Can you share that story with the world of listeners? It's so good.
All right, listeners, this is going to take us way, way back, eons ago, to when I was knee high to a grasshopper. Does the old man voice help?
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Okay.
In the days of yore.
In the days of yore, I was 12 years old, and I was sent away to a Christian summer camp. Now, an important start to the story is that I was deathly afraid of water because I once almost drowned in the Mediterranean. Okay.
You can't just
I
gloss over that. You can't just gloss over that. You can tell that backstory too. There's time. We have time.
No, okay. So my family went to the beach in Italy and we were playing in the Mediterranean Sea. And I got caught by it wasn't a strong current, but I was also very young. And it just sort of whooped me out and I got dragged under. And I mean, my mom was able to pull me back out, but I was definitely like got some lungfuls of water in me. So that wasn't great.
Didn't know which end was up. That's crazy.
So I was kind of terrified of water. So I go away to the summer camp. And like many summer camps, it had a large pool. And I was deathly afraid of the pool because I was deathly afraid of drowning. Eventually, through the help of the camp counselors, they helped me get over my fear of the water. They, easing into it, like, okay, we're going to start at the shallow end, dip your head under. And we worked our way up to actually attempting a dive. Well, on my attempt of diving, I cut the top of my foot fantastically because it scraped along the bottom of the pool and it was kind of gross. Being 12 and stupid, I slapped a Band-Aid on it and thought, okay, I'm fine. Well, a couple days later, it turned green, like actual emerald green. And I went to the nurse and said, I don't think it's supposed to look like this. And the nurse looked at it and kind of went a few shades pale and said, yeah, that's not supposed to look like that. We spent a few hours cleaning it with alcohol, hydrogen peroxide, bandaging it up, all that fun stuff. And then I was told, do not get this foot wet. Do not step in the mud. Go straight back to your cabin. So barefoot, I walked back along the path to my cabin. But it was after dark and I heard a bark and a growl and I turned around and there was a dog. Now, granted, I was a short person, so the dog probably wasn't that tall, but the dog was tall to me. I took off running because I didn't want to get eaten by this dog. I ran and realistically, as I learned later, dogs don't bark and run at the same time. So the fact that it was barking at me means it wasn't chasing me.
I know, and I learned that when you told me that story. I mean, it makes perfect sense, but why did I not think of that till you literally you just taught me that last Friday? But anyway, continue.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
was 12. I was scared. I ran.
yeah,
So I ran easily over 3 miles in the wrong direction.
in
And
the mud.
I came out at a cabin in the wrong camp. And they escorted me back to the correct camp and the correct cabin. But by this point, I'm completely covered in mud.
Your foot
Just
is
like
covered in mud.
head to
Your foot
toe.
is
My
right.
feet are covered. And so I have to go back to the nurse who's like already turned in for the night. And I'm like, I may have gotten some mud on my foot. And so we had to re-sanitize and rewrap the whole thing. It was fun.
Oh, that story is so great. And you, as you mentioned, you still have the scar.
I do. I do. Uh,
Are you still afraid of water these days?
no,
Are you afraid of dogs?
no.
I forgot to ask that though that after the story because I thought, well, maybe you have a traumatic fear of dogs too. So good, you survived it all. You survived camp and dogs and water.
Yes.
That sounds like a Harry Potter adventure all of its own. I love that story. I'm so glad you shared it. It's wonderful. I mean, it wasn't so wonderful for 12-year-old Adrian, but it's funny. It's a fun story now.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. All right, programs. We got it. What do you got going on? What are you sharing program wise?
Program wise, we've got come to the Bedford Library on January 16th at 1 p.m. We'll be having our musical film series starting with Fantasia.
Ooh.
If Fantasia is not your speed and you happen to be a teen, on January 24th, we have the inaugural rebirth of our anime club for teens.
Oh, yay, anime's back. Woohoo.
Yeah, at 3 p.m., we'll be watching Penguin Highway.
Hmm.
But again, that is for teens. So I apologize because I don't think many of our listeners are teens, but maybe send your teens over. And
Are you bringing that back? Who's doing that? You?
I'm bringing that back.
Who? Bring it back. Bring it back. You doing an
And
anime
then
convention? Are you doing a weekend anime convention?
I'm not.
Okay, we have.
Well, I know we have, but I'm not doing one.
Okay.
I haven't even been to Youmacon in several years, or
Oh,
OhioCon. I would also like to point out on January 30th at 6:30 p.m. we will be having family bingo at the Bedford Branch Library. So
cool.
bring your family, come out, play bingo.
Okay, so
Probably.
on Wednesday, January 10th at the Ellis Library and Reference Center, there will be the I Love a Mystery Book Club at 10 a.m. And then at 1 from 1 to 3 is Device Advice. I think I mentioned this the week before. So come on over if you got a new Christmas present you need some help with. I will have Adrian on standby. Put me on your calendar. And then on Tuesday, January 16th at 6 p.m. is Discover Duncanson, Robert S. Duncanson Society for a special presentation on America's Forgotten Landscape Painter, Robert S. Duncanson. That is at the Ellis Library and Reference Center at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, January 16th. Did you have more? I felt like I just jumped in there. What else do you have?
No, that's what I got.
And then on the second Wednesday of every month from 4 to 6 and the third Monday from 1 to 3, we have a crochet club that meets here at the Ellis Library and Reference Center. I was flipping through, I mean, some of these have happened, but we do have our regular scheduled story times have started back up now in January. And there are book clubs everywhere. We have a whole display of all of the book clubs in Monroe County, and there are a ton of them. I should send you that picture. That picture should be our thumbnail this time, the picture of the book club. And you can go to mymcls.com and you can search by event, you can search by library branch, and you can hop around and join them all. There are a lot of fun things going on at a lot of library branches at a library near you. What else you got? Anything? Thanks for sharing. It was such a great story. I loved it.
That's not where I saw this whole podcast going.
Me neither, but I thought of it the other night. I wanted you to share that and your newsletter story. So still put that one, prime the pump for that one too. That's another good one.
I'll hold my foot up to the camera. You can see my scar.
Yeah, that'd be so funny. That could be the photo. That'll be the photo on the thumbnail. It'll be so
I'm not gonna put my foot.
don't do your whole foot, just do the scar. And it'll be one of those like those highlight magazine magic pictures where you're like, what is this picture? And then when they hear the story, it'll make sense.
No,
Do it, Adrian.
it's not happening.
Okay. Well, I'll send the thumbnail of the book club then. I don't care. You can use whatever you want. You could do a drawing of you outrunning a dog with a bandaged foot caked in mud. Stick figure. Stick figure. You look menacing.
I was reading this thing here. Sorry,
Oh,
I
I
got
wonder.
distracted.
I wonder what you were doing.
Okay. Let's go ahead and call it there.
Okay.
If you would like to be on in the library with Marsha and Adrian, feel free to drop us a line. Marsha is available at the Ellis Branch Library. Adrian is available at the Bedford Branch Library. And our emails are our names at monroe.lib.mi.us.
And we welcome all guests. If you are a employee, if you are a family member, if you're a patron, we welcome all guests. And it is very fun. Adrian makes it very fun, and we would love to have you join us.
All right, this has been In the Library with
Marsha
and Adrian.
Yay.
Yay!